In the middle of the picture is Gaudi's most famous commercial building, Casa Mila. Casa Mila. It was built in 1912. And although it looks like weird art, everything is functional. Everything is meant to be functional items covered with decorative moldings based on forms in nature. Close-up of Casa Mila, Gaudi's most famous apartment building. 7 floors, very decorative ironwork. They're not really balconies, they're extensions. 7 floors and a roof which is highly decorated. The entrance to Casa Mila, Gaudi's most famous commercial structure, which is apartment building, open today. Moving up. You see decorative work on the inner courtyard, and how high it is. Here we are at the top of La Pedera, Casa Mila, Gaudi's, one of Gaudi's most famous commercial buildings for a rich family, built in 1908. With weird, Gaudi's most famous commercial structure. Most of these formations on the roof are chimneys or ventilation shafts. One covers a water tank. They are functional, not just art. Another weird art formation on the by Gaudi on the roof of Casa Mila. Model of Casa Mila in the attic where the laundry room was at Casa Mila. That's what the roof looks like. Chimneys and ventilation shafts. Hanging, but you're seeing a reflection of a perfectly balanced hanging above it, which you're seeing now. The reflection is deliberate. From the other side, you can tell it's a reflection since people don't hang like bats. Gaudi furniture. Apartments of Casa Mila. That's how it would have looked in the 20s. With a model of the apartments on the side. There were 13, I believe, in the building. Or what an apartment in Casa Mila would have looked like in the 1920s. Bed behind me. What a sewing room would have looked like in an apartment in Casa Mila in the 1920s. This is what the apartment windows would have looked like looking at the inner courtyards of a typical servant's room in the 1920s in the apartments of Casa Mila. Looks like a servant's dress to me. Kitchen stove and the sink. 1920s version from an apartment in Casa Mila. And a dining area from the kitchen. A closet area of the apartments of Casa Mila with furnishings from the 1920s, as it would have looked with a sporty-minded family with children. An office, circa 1920, formal dining room in Casa Mila from the 1920s with furniture, equipment set in, and people looking around. Dining area, a master bedroom in Casa Mila, which were unusual for the time in the 1910s and 20s, had its own toilet and bathroom. Doorbell and door, Gaudi decoration circa 1920, and ergonomic staircase in Casa Mila. Simple.